Thank you so much for joining. This is Maximizing Revenue on LiquidSpace, and I am Lisa Judd, a Senior Partner Success Manager at LiquidSpace. Joining me today to assist with the Q&A portion of the webinar is my colleague, Ricky Dorman, who is Director of Strategic Partnerships. This webinar will be recorded and shared with everyone who registered. Additionally, there will be time for a live Q&A at the end. Please use the Zoom Q&A functionality to submit all of your questions. For today's webinar, I will first review some best practices and important things to keep in mind regarding your venue setup, your monthly listings, hourly listings, and venue score. Then I'll review what LiquidSpace PRO is, the venue benefits, and how to enroll. And lastly, we should have at least 20 minutes for live Q&A. And feel free to submit those questions throughout the webinar, or you can wait until the end. To maximize revenue on LiquidSpace, it's key to have a LiquidSpace profile that is complete, up-to-date, and well-merchandised. Within your profile, the venue setup section is where you can find all of your property-specific details. In the first part of the presentation, I'll be highlighting the most important parts of your venue setup. Companies and individuals seeking flexible office space right now are also seeking information that allows them to make informed decisions about their health and safety. If you haven't done so already, we encourage you to share your health and safety policy via the venue setup section of your profile. This allows customers who search on LiquidSpace to see your health and safety badge on any of your workspaces that show up in search results, and also allows customers to view your policy when they visit your LiquidSpace profile and workspaces listings. Our tip is, as your policy changes, just ensure that this is reflected in your profile. You can copy and paste your policy directly into that section, or you can include a link to where that policy lives on your website. Back in 2020, we also added a feature which allows venues to confirm their venue status via venue setup. There are 3 options that you can select from: open, limited, and temporarily closed. One important thing to note is that if your status is set to limited, which means member-only access, your hourly spaces will be automatically marked as unavailable for booking. If you would like to make these spaces bookable, please change the status to open. And this includes your meeting rooms, those day offices. So if you aren't receiving any bookings, I would recommend going in and checking and making sure that your open status or your venue status is set to open. In addition to your health and safety policy and updating your venue status, please make sure you've included a detailed venue description within venue setup. Within the description, we recommend including information about your brand, the surrounding area, common area amenities, and any other important information that a prospective member or guest should know about your location. Additionally, we encourage our venue partners to upload their latest brand logo to their profile. You may also notice that there's a field within venue setup to add a phone number. This number would be the best point of contact for the LiquidSpace sales team to reach you at. This phone number would not be shared publicly and is for LiquidSpace use only. Within venue setup, you'll also set how you'd like to receive payment from LiquidSpace. The default option is check, but you do have the option to set up ACH payments. Below the payment section, you'll find Team, where you can manage who has access to edit your profile and communicate with members and guests. Please ensure this information is up to date. If someone is listed on the profile who's no longer with your company, we ask that you remove them. In Team, you can also set who your primary host is. The primary host is the public-facing name on your profile. This is the individual that prospective members see when they go to schedule a tour. So if you are the primary host, we recommend adding a photo of yourself to your user account so it shows up on the profile and it's a bit more friendly. The last thing I want to highlight is around guest bookings for your hourly and daily spaces. Within venue setup, you can set when these spaces are available through your hours and holiday section. So sometimes there's some confusion around those hours. The hours do not reflect when your members have access. The hours simply reflect when those hourly and daily spaces are available for booking. So if you only accept guest bookings 9 to 5, you want to make sure that that's reflected and it doesn't say available 24 hours. Now that we've reviewed venue setup, we'll move into best practices for your monthly listings. When it comes to merchandising your monthly availability, inventory accuracy is key. You should be updating all your listings to reflect all of your current availabilities if possible. This provides both users searching for space as well as the LiquidSpace sales team an understanding of what is actually available at your location. By listing all of your available office suites, larger enterprise teams can also get an understanding of how they can pair together multiple private offices together to accommodate their teams. However, we acknowledge that not all venues want to or are able to list their full availability. If this is the case for you, we recommend ensuring that at the minimum, all of your available capacities are reflected within your profile. So if someone is searching for an office for 5 or an office for 10, if you're able to accommodate both of those capacities, you want listings with that capacity listed so you show up as an option. Other best practices for your monthly listings include showcasing the most flexible term length pricing. So if you're able to do month to month, we would recommend adding the minimum term as 1 month. People are typically looking for the most flexible option. We also recommend adding 2 to 3 images per listing, including detailed space descriptions. And you can add videos. We accept YouTube links for video tours, and then you can add a virtual tour as well. And for virtual tours, we accept Matterport links. The more detail you're able to provide, the better. The last thing we want is for a customer to feel like they experienced a bait and switch situation. Additionally, when a space is well merchandised, you'll likely see a higher conversion rate from a tour to a booking. And then a tip that we have at the bottom of the screen here, you'll see you can pre-merchandise your upcoming availabilities by adding an availability date to your listing. So if you click into a listing, at the top of that listing, you'll see it says available now. And if you click on that button, you can drop down and actually set a date for when that space is available. So if you have a July 1st space opening up, you can pre-merchandise it. So you can potentially receive tour requests before the member has already moved out. Next, we'll review best practices for hourly listings. For those of you who may be less familiar with LiquidSpace's history, we were actually founded over 10 years ago as a marketplace for hourly and daily spaces. It wasn't until about 6 years ago that monthly listings were added to the platform. However, to this day, hourly and daily listings are still a significant revenue driver for many of our partners. If you haven't already done so, we highly recommend adding your meeting rooms, day offices, co-working day passes, and event spaces to your profile. Many companies are not returning to their offices at full capacity, and these companies are already looking for drop-in space for their employees on LiquidSpace. Best practices for hourly listings include adding 2 to 3 images per listing, detailed space descriptions, and then also adding your hourly, half-day, and full-day pricing. If possible, we encourage you to add a discounted half-day and full-day rate so customers are incentivized to book for a longer period of time up front. One thing that sets LiquidSpace apart from our competitors is that we present real-time availability of hourly workspaces to help people book space quickly and confidently in real time. Once your meeting rooms and other hourly spaces have been added to your profile, please email support@liquidspace.com with the name of your calendar system that is tied to the availability of these spaces. Once you email them, they'll get back to you over email with the respective next steps to sync your meeting room or day office calendars to your LiquidSpace profile. Once you do complete a calendar integration, your real-time availability will be reflected within your profile, as shown here in this picture. And as a result, users aren't able to book an hourly space if it is already reserved by one of your members. And vice versa, when someone does book your space via LiquidSpace, that reservation will populate on your employees' and members' calendars. And this simply ensures that there's no double booking situations and makes it really easy for our venue partners to manage any bookings that are coming in through LiquidSpace as it automatically syncs. Pictured here are some of the calendar systems that we're able to integrate with. If you do not see your calendar system listed here, please still reach out to support@liquidspace.com. If you're not sure which of your spaces are integrated or you want to check in on them, you can also email support team and they'll let you know whether or not a meeting room or day office needs a calendar integration in place. We highly recommend that you at least have an integration in place for your meeting rooms. Day offices, we understand that there's not always a calendar system tied to the availability of that space, or you may have enough day offices to accommodate that type of booking on an ongoing basis. But typically with meeting rooms, we know that there's other parties booking those spaces, and we just don't want to have any double booking situations where the member's reservation has to be canceled. Before we go into LiquidSpace Pro, I'm going to provide a breakdown of what we call venue score, which impacts how high your listings show within our marketplace search results. Our goal at LiquidSpace is to ensure that the most accurate, engaged, and quality inventory is surfaced at the top of our marketplace. That's why we created Venue Score about a year and a half ago. Your Venue Score breakdown can be found in your dashboard, and it includes 3 variables: freshness, responsiveness, and conversion. And I'll be doing a deep dive into each of those variables next. The first variable is your listing freshness, which is tied to your monthly listings. Every 30 days, you should receive an email from LiquidSpace prompting you to confirm whether your monthly listing information is accurate. Confirming or just going in and editing your listings will let us know that your information is up to date. Venues who do not confirm or update their listings, their monthly listings, are less likely to be shown within our search results. The second variable is your venue responsiveness. People expect a quick response from venue hosts, whether they have a question or are ready to schedule a tour. We ask that you respond to all messages within 24 hours if possible. You can respond to messages in 2 places: via the messages section of your profile or directly via email. Additionally, we do have space experts and an enterprise sales team on our end who are assisting LiquidSpace clients with their search. If you do receive an email from our team, we request that you respond to them in a timely manner as well. The third and final variable is your deal conversion rate. We want to elevate our partners that are continuously winning deals with us. Your conversion score is the percentage of deals that you've closed won from LiquidSpace. We ask that you leverage the dashboard section of your profile to update the status of active deals. If someone has decided to book with you directly following a tour, you can also report the booking via your dashboard. Updating your active deals to won or lost is the best way to update our team. I also wanted to take the time to highlight our referral program for dedicated space needs. If you've recently had a non-LiquidSpace lead come in and tour your space, but you know that they're not going to book with you and that they're still searching for space, you can refer them to LiquidSpace and we will assist your client in finding the right space. If you're the first to refer this lead and they do book a monthly space through us, you'll earn 4% of your referral's rent for up to the first 12 months. To submit a referral, you can click on the marketing tab of your profile, and under marketing, you'll see referral. Once you click on referral, you can see the option to say refer client, and you'll add their basic information and their space needs. And after you submit that referral, we'll keep you updated on the status as shown in the picture here. So if they do book, we'll let you know, and then you'll get paid out accordingly. For the final portion of this presentation, I'll be speaking to LiquidSpace Pro, which is a curated network of enterprise-grade spaces available on a single contract. Many workplace leaders are currently asking themselves the question, how do I efficiently manage a distributed workplace? And our answer is LiquidSpace Enterprise. LiquidSpace Enterprise is the first and only flexible office procurement platform that helps enterprise clients discover enterprise-grade spaces, transact with confidence on a single contract, and manage access and permissions for their teams all in one place. LiquidSpace Pro is a component of our LiquidSpace Enterprise offering, and it was developed based on direct feedback from our enterprise clients. They told us that they typically work with the larger brands for their flexible office needs because they know that these brands have high quality space standards and for the ease of transaction. However, there is a want and need to access a broader network of space, especially in smaller and suburban markets. So we developed an alternative option, which is the Pro network, to meet these needs. The benefits of utilizing Pro for an enterprise company include a pre-approved centralized contract, which is our Dash license. All payments are handled in one place, which is the company's LiquidSpace account. And they also have a curated network of high quality spaces available at their fingertips. So why should you join LiquidSpace Pro? First off, you'll receive premium placement in our marketplace and additional exposure in our marketing and sales campaigns. You would also receive our Pro badge, which would be applied to your profile and all of your listings. This is currently visible to our LiquidSpace Enterprise team, as well as the enterprise clients that are enrolled in LiquidSpace Enterprise. And lastly, you'd receive our preferred partner rate for all on-demand space bookings, which is a flat 20%. Typically, our structure around those on-demand bookings is a tiered structure of 50%, 25%, 10%, based on the repeat bookings. So for any booking, whether it's Pro or outside of Pro, you would receive instead that 20% preferred partner rate. There are 4 criteria to enroll in LiquidSpace Pro at this time. The first is that you are an established co-working or serviced office provider. The second is that you provide high quality workspace, amenities, and customer service. The third is that you have opted in to use the Dash license for when an enterprise client requests it for a dedicated space. And lastly is that your venue maintains a high venue score. As I mentioned, right now, Pro is only available to established co-working and service office providers. This may open up to additional providers in the future. We will let you know if that changes. But for now, we're solely working around Pro with these types of providers. In order to meet the needs of enterprise clients, we know that both dedicated and on-demand transactions need to be streamlined. We introduced the Dash license when we added monthly listings to our site about 6 years ago, and since then it has been used in thousands of transactions. It was developed with real estate attorneys, building owners, co-working businesses, and startup founders. The agreement is very standardized and simple, and there is the ability to customize the license via the house rules section. Adding your house rules is very easy. To do so, you would just click into the monthly listing that you would like to edit, and you can scroll down to the bottom. Here you'll find a copy of the Dash license as pictured, and you can download the PDF to view what the Dash license includes there. And then below that, you'll see 2 house rules sections, one for that specific space that you've clicked into, and the other for your property. Once your rules have been added, they will automatically populate in the house rules section of the Dash license agreement. Currently, we have about 135 unique co-working and service office brands enrolled in the LiquidSpace Pro network, including the brands listed here. And we are continuing to grow the network every day. If you haven't already applied to Pro, we highly encourage you to do so and would love for you to join. To apply to Pro, you just log into your LiquidSpace profile and click the Learn More button on the Pro banner. From there, you'll be able to review and agree to the Pro terms and conditions. After your application has been submitted, we will follow up over email to confirm whether you've been accepted to Pro or if you need to take further action. As I mentioned earlier, Pro is only available to established co-working and service office providers at this time. If you do not see the Pro banner when you log in, it is likely that your venue does not fall under one of these classifications. If you believe that your classification may be incorrect, you can contact support@liquidspace.com and they can make sure that that's corrected. You can also check whether you are already enrolled in Pro by previewing your profile to see if the Pro badge has already been applied. Before we head into the live Q&A, I wanted to announce that we are hosting our monthly venue host training this upcoming Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. This training will include a more detailed product demo, and it is intended for those who are new to managing a LiquidSpace profile or for those who need a refresher. The link to register will be included in the follow-up email from this webinar, where you'll also find the recording as well as a PDF of this presentation.